Hey guys, what's up? I did a bike check video a few weeks ago on the Roscoe 8, and I mentioned in that video about possibly getting some wider bars and a shorter stem. Well, the guys at FUNN MTB, they contacted me. They saw my video I did a few months ago on the chain guide that I installed on the Roscoe made by them, and they wanted to send me some bars and a stem to check out on the Roscoe. So let's see what they sent me. So I got this FUNN, it's called a full-on bar. It is, take it out of the package here. It's 785 millimeters wide. It's 31.8 radius of the bar. 30 millimeter rise, 5.5 degree up sweep, and 8 degrees back sweep. So that'll be a nice little addition to the Roscoe there. So they sent me that bar. They sent me this. This is the Crossfire stem, 50 millimeters in orange, which is cool. That'll look cool on the bike. Again, this is aluminum. You see that there, focus on that there, sweet. Again, this is all stuff by FUNN MTB. If you go to funnmtb.com, you can see they have a full range of component products. And they also threw in a pair of their HILT grips, again in orange, so that'll look cool on the bar. And also sent me a FUNN MTB hat, so that's cool. So again, everything's at funnmtb.com. Let's get this stuff installed on the Roscoe. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the stuff off of these bars, remove the bars and stem, and get this new stuff on. So we'll go ahead and do that. So the stock bar on the Roscoe here is 760 millimeters. So this would be a nice and a little bit wider than that. All right, so we'll get the other stuff taken off of here. So when you're removing brake levers by Shimano, I've mentioned this in my other videos when I've had to remove this stuff, but there is that little tab right there. It says push to open. So we just need to click or push that in, and then that clamp opens up like so, and then we can remove everything. So we'll remove the bar off of the stem here now. So actually, correction on the Roscoe bar. The stock bar is 750 millimeters wide. So this will be quite the upgrade from the stock bar going to 785. So just doing a little weight comparison. See that scale there? So we'll put the stock 60 millimeter Bontrager stem on there. It's coming in at 162 grams. And this FUNN Crossfire stem, 50 millimeters, it's coming in at 148 grams. So we're saving what, 12, 14 grams. So not a huge savings, but I guess it is slightly lighter than the stock stem. Okay, so I put this scale up on a box here just to get it off the table so I can weigh these bars. So if I put the stock bar on there, it's weighing in at 419 grams. And you can see the bars, the whole weight of the bar is resting on the scale. That's not touching over there. It's totally just the bar weight, 419 grams for the stock 750 millimeter bar. So then if we look at the FUNN full-on bar, it weighs in at 327 grams. And again, it's not resting on anything. So we're saving almost 100 grams going to these bars, plus getting the extra width. So that's pretty cool. So one thing I think I'm going to try is lowering the stem slightly. So I'm going to take out one of the spacers here, put the stem on there, and then put the spacer on top of the stem. I think that, along with the new 30 millimeter rise, will give me a nice aggressive bar setup. So we'll try that. All right, so we won't put that on super tight right yet. We got the stem sort of on there. So let's get the bars on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of grease on each one of the stem bolts here. Just a tiny little bit. That'll help any possible seizing or whatever in the future. We'll do that. Put a little bit on each one of these. So we get the bar sort of situated in there roughly where we want it, and then get that just get this in loosely here. And kind of just going side to side, crisscross pattern as we're tightening this in here. One thing to note on this stem, if we look here, it is saying right sort of in the bottom here, it does have our torque specification of 6 Newton meters, so we have to keep that in mind. And also at the top here, it's saying make sure that there's no gap at the top when we tighten this down. So we can maybe have a little bit of a gap down at the bottom here, but we'll make sure it's tight up at the top here. So we'll go ahead and tighten this up. So I'm just trying to get a rough idea of where I want these bars. I'm thinking something like that there. Can always adjust this later if I'm not happy with it, but we'll go ahead and get everything back on the bars here. So we'll put the dropper lever in here. Just gonna roughly get stuff on here. I won't go super tight yet. So now we'll go ahead and get these grips on, these FUNN HILT grips they sent me. Okay, there we go. All right. The other one on here. So we got the grips on there. Now we'll just go ahead and kind of get my position of where I want the levers to be. Again, this is all personal preference on what people want, but usually kind of a two finger width between the grip and the brake is usually kind of gets you in the ballpark. All right. So we got everything on there good. Feels good. For one finger braking. It's usually easiest to sit on the bike to maybe do your fine tuning on making sure everything is straight and so on. We'll get out the torque wrench here to torque up everything. So what are we using here? 4 millimeter. So we'll set our torque. It said 6, max 6. So I'll set it to, I don't know, just under 6 by a hair there. So guys, one thing I did notice after I got everything installed here, I just wanted to mention So anybody looking at getting a stem like this, just to keep in mind, is I didn't realize the stack height of this stem is less than the stock stem. So basically what that means is I can't get this tight enough on here, because I'll show you here, hold on. Okay, so with the top cap removed, you'll notice that there's not much of a gap in between. Like there should be, it kind of should be sort of sitting like that. But because this stack height from here to here is less on this stem than the stock stem, I'm gonna need to order some new spacers. I think I measured the stock stem and it's coming in about 45 millimeters from here to here. And this, according to the website anyways, is 35 millimeters. So it looks like I need to get a 10 millimeter, or I think these, let me see here. Yeah, so those are 10 millimeter spacers approximately. So it looks like I need another 10 millimeters or 5, I don't know, we'll see. I'll order some 10 millimeters and 5 millimeter spacers, and then this should all go together better. So just thought I'd mention that. Like again, if I look on here, there wasn't actually no measurements on Bontrager's site, but well, it's saying, sorry, it's about 40 millimeters or so. So maybe I'm only out 5 millimeters. So maybe if I get a 15 millimeter spacer, I can replace this top with a 15 millimeter, or replace one of these ones under here with the 15 millimeter. But regardless, I need about 5 millimeters for this to be sitting up a little bit higher in order to get the proper preload on the headset. Without it, it's just kind of, it's got this kind of clunky sound. So definitely need that. So just thought I'd add that to the video, just in case anybody is looking at this stem. Just make sure to compare it to your stock stem and make sure your stack height is the same. Yeah, so I got the spacers in, so I got them set up now, so I have a little bit of a gap in between the top here and the head tube. Because before, when I set it all up, I'd get a little bit of a clunking noise if I move the front end up and down. So get this back together here. And again, when you're doing up your headset, you don't need to reef on this super tight, you just want it nice and snug. So now when it's nice and solid. I was getting a kind of a clunking sound when I would do that before. So I think it's all good now. And one last thing, of course, we got the Toogie Howser stem cap. You can get them at stemcaps.com again. There is a discount code in place. Snap that on there, and we're all finished. So guys, thanks for watching. Just wanted to thank the guys at FUNN MTB for sending me over the full-on bar, the Crossfire stem, and the HILT grips to check out on the Roscoe. Can't wait to check it out on the trail. It's going to be interesting with the 785 millimeter bars and the shorter stem to see what that's like riding on the bike. So again, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so now. Like the videos, and as always, keep your feet on the pedals.
Oh, shut your face, Toogie Howser.